Another strong compulsory tumbling sequence from Quinnipiac. They were, and they kept a lot of really great timing, which is of course so important with this compulsory. You know, everybody's starting with that same starting value. So the more strong, the more together that you are, your synchronization, the higher score that you are going to bring in. All right, up next onto the floor is Limestone, the home team this evening. This group of tumblers from Limestone is really, honestly, an incredibly strong group. We've got Casey, a senior, who is one of our athletes of the week from the NCATA. We've got Kyla Gamaldo, who's also a athlete of the week from the NCATA. So this is such a great group. They have incredible tumbling. They are so much fun to watch. Great synchronization. So really excited to see what Limestone's about to bring out to the mat. Great start with the back tucks. Very nice start, very nice start. Now we're going to go into the running tumbling sequence. Very great start. Just a smidge bit on that last running pass, but really I wouldn't say that's anything to call home about. But that was very good from Limestone. The technique of the layout, absolutely. Very beautiful layouts, nice straight lines. Exactly what you want to see when you're throwing that layout.
This marks the beginning of the optional portion of the meet.
See where both teams really equal, and you can see that both teams were very technically good in that.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, these are some of the top teams in the nation competing against each other tonight. Both of these teams are week in and week out posting incredibly high scores. Both teams are honestly, this is something we were both really looking forward to being at tonight, because this is really a showdown of some of the top skills in the nation in acro tumbling.
Some of the best student athletes for acro
tumbling. Absolutely. Each week on the NCATA honor roll for the top athletes of the week, you are constantly saying Limestone, Quinnipiac. So this is, folks, you're watching some of the best here tonight.
Again, this is an actual rematch of the 2023 semifinal at the National Championship. So what a very exciting night here in the Timpkins Center.
Absolutely. And you don't really get to see these rematches a lot. You know, a lot of these teams are across the country, kind of gets hard to travel back and forth, so you sometimes don't get to see these rematches happen during the regular season. So to have Quinnipiac coming down to South Carolina on kind of a little bit of a spring break tour, I think is what they've just done. They've been down at St. Leo in Florida. Yep, so they're on a little bit of a southern tour. I'm sure they're enjoying the weather as opposed to what I'm sure they're seeing in Connecticut this time of year. So glad to have them down here, down south.
Absolutely, and Limestone just returned from a spring break trip as well, Glenville State and Frostburg State, where they came home with 2 victories.
Absolutely, keeping that undefeated streak alive with our head coach, Sierra Bombard, who is really just blossoming here in this season as a head coach and as a leader of this program. It can be hard to transition from being a student athlete to being a head coach, and she seems to be doing that very seamlessly. We're very lucky that we get to watch such a great young head coach here at Limestone.
Well, Sierra was a great part of our inaugural Acrobatics and Tumbling program, and so to see what she's been able to continue as the head coach has just been fantastic to watch.
9.35.
A
Limestone
9.35.
9.3.
9.3 for Limestone.
In the pyramid heat, Quinnipiac 9.55.
Pyramid heat, 9.55 for Quinnipiac.
Limestone 9.8.
9.8 for Limestone, so they took that heat.
In the toss heat,
Toss heat,
Quinnipiac 9.8.
Quinnipiac, 9.8.
Limestone 9.8.
9.8, dead tie.
In the tumbling heat,
Tumbling
Quinnipiac
heat.
8.2.
Quinnipiac, 8.2.
Limestone 8.4.
8.4, Limestone
What a
came
strong
out.
start for this compulsory heat for Limestone.
Quinnipiac 36.9. Limestone 37.3.
Well, that is a great start for Limestone here today. You know, to see that score on toss being so high for them is really a great one.
Yeah, and Limestone takes compulsory right now with a 3.7.3 and Quinnipiac with a 3.6.9.
All right, Quinnipiac with a small come down. They are going to reset. Great job shaking that off and coming back strong in that first set. Great strength.
Great control from the top.
Absolutely. Top and two bases are really strong right now.
Great start from Quinnipiac.
Unfortunately, that first come down is going to hurt them just a little bit, but they had a great comeback after that. Great to see the athletes being able to just kind of pivot really quick. Sometimes that can be something that really just kind of sticks with you. So it was great to see those athletes just bounce back really quickly and bring it back home. So now we're going to go into Limestone. This heat one from Limestone features Morgan Bramble, Kyla Bernardo, Bethany Times, Abby Hunderlight, and Avery Kepke. That's 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. What a combination of skill right there. They've been together for a year. They've really worked things out, and I think we are really going to see some awesome stuff in heat one here from Limestone.
Next, with a start value of 10, Limestone.
Great toe pitch, really strong.
Kyla's very solid in this skill.
Very nice.
Very hard to do a blind landing.
Very nice. To me, this is one of the most intimidating skills as you have your flyer directly over your head. Their shoulders are in your hands, and that was textbook what Limestone just put out on the mat.
Great job from our student athletes.
Absolutely, and that 10 star value was for a reason. That was some very tough skills that Limestone just put out on the floor. So, really great start from Heat 1 from both teams. We've got a packed house here tonight in Timken. We are, man, we've got to be full from side to side. This is an awesome sight to see. So many people out here enjoying a top 10 matchup, but more importantly, supporting these incredible athletes here tonight.
What a great game day atmosphere that we're being able to provide for these young ladies who are part of such an amazing and a growing NCAA emerging sport. We'll be very excited to see when this becomes a full championship sport with the NCAA, and hopefully that will happen here soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's awesome to get to see this sport grow.
Up first, we'll start batting with 10, Quinnipiac.
All right, we're going to welcome Quinnipiac out to the floor for the next team, Heat 2 of our Acro.
Great control.
Very difficult skills.
Great flexibility from those top girls.
The flexibility.
Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
Very, very, very good. Very strong. You know, there was not really a whole lot that I would see to deduct. There was a lot of great flexibility, so much incredible control, and exactly kind of what we thought Quinnipiac would bring out to the mat today.
Absolutely. One thing that Quinnipiac has come to be known for is their flexibility of their top girls. Again, just amazing hold, amazing strength, and amazing stability as well.
All right, Limestone will be out next on the mat with their starting value of a 9.90 for Heat 2. Heat 2 features 4 seniors. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors out here on Limestone for Heat 2. And 2 juniors. So this is a veteran group that's going to come out here for Limestone for Heat 2 for the element and synchronization. So guys, you're in for a treat right here.
Limestone.
A strong shot for Limestone. A little bit of timing on the right-hand side. Nothing that can't be made back up.
Very nice press extension.
Very nice. A great heat for Limestone right there. That was strong. A little bit of a timing on that first element, but other than that, I really saw nothing else that looked like they were, yeah, no, it was fantastic. There was a lot of synchronization. Again, incredible strength. That is such a veteran group that was out there on the mat. That group actually includes so many of the NCATA Athlete of the Weeks for the last several weeks. So that is just an all-star group that was just out there on the mat for Limestone.
Yeah, and actually, 2 of those young ladies just picked up Conference Carolina's Athlete of the Week honors as well. Limestone is actually a member of the Conference Carolina's Acrobatics and Tumbling conference. Acro and Tumbling only has 2 conferences currently, and that is the Mountain East and Conference Carolinas.
And Limestone's kind of always been setting that pace in Conference Carolinas. A lot of teams have started to build their Acro tumbling programs, but Limestone continues to stay right there at that top of Conference Carolinas, which is an incredible place to be.
They have. They're actually, this past year, had a 3-peat for their conference championship, and so looking to make that 4.
Hey, we want a whole stack of rings. All right, next out for Heat 3 of the Acro event. It's Quinnipiac with a starting value of 10.
Again, great flexibility from the tops at Quinnipiac.
Incredible stability from your base, your bottom girl, to have your top girl directly above your head. No spots. That is very difficult.
So you can hear the counter counting to 3. Each top girl for each element has to hold the skill for 3 seconds. If they do not hold the skill for 3 seconds, there is a deduction.
All right, well, next up onto the floor will be Limestone with a starting value of 10 also. So this is going to be a great battle right here. Coming back out onto the mat, we're going to see Casey Kier, Marlena Costanzo, Janai Brown. 3 seniors who are really just making their name here at Limestone. All 3 of them are constantly seeing honorable mentions, athletes of the week, whether it's Conference Carolina, whether it's NCATA. These athletes are day in and day out being recognized for their incredible skill. So I love watching them. They are so fun, they're so strong. Casey just blows me away on what she is able to do, whether it's tumbling, whether it's acro. Her strength is just incredible.
Yeah, and Casey actually transferred to us from Baylor University. So being able to be coached by the GOAT, Fee Mulkey, right? But we're so lucky that she's here. She's found a home here, and she's been an incredible athlete for us.
Absolutely. She has been an asset to this program, to this team, and she's going to showcase that tonight.
Great control, great strength.
Very good.
Press extension.
Very nice press extension.
Solid dismount.
Those inversions are so difficult. Really got to hit that straight up in order to receive all points. And I think they did it. That starting value of 10 is really hard to achieve, but man, they just really came out and had a really, really great last session here in the Acro.
They did, and again, for Casey to be such an all-around athlete, right? To be in these acro elements in each of the heats, and then to also be in all of the tumbling and the specialty tumbling passes, just a really incredible athlete. We've enjoyed having her here.
Athletes will build 3 layers of structure. The start value of each heat is determined by the difficulty and the combination of the entry, structure, and dismount. The pyramid event has 3 different heats with different requirements for each heat. Heat 1 must...
All right, the next event coming up is honestly one of my favorite events. I think that being a former cheer coach, and I know you're a former cheer coach yourself, I feel like the pyramid event is one of the most closely aligns with competitive cheer. So in the pyramid event, teams compete in 3 individual heats, building pyramids of 3 layers. Teams combine an entry, structure, and dismount to create a pyramid. Each heat has a different requirement: inverted body position for the top, synchronized, and open. Each heat may score up to a perfect 10 with a total combined score of in this event up to 30 points.
And Quinnipiac, their total starting value is a 30, so they are going for that perfect score, trying to achieve that perfect score. Limestone's starting value for this event is a 29.80, so just shy of that 30, but at the end of the day, the difficulty and the strength, but hitting it is what matters the most.
Absolutely. As a former, coach myself, I used to always say, we can do the most difficult skill, but you want to make sure that your technique is where you shine.
Absolutely.
And I think that is too the goal of acrobatics and tumbling as well. Working through progressions, making sure that athletes are completing skills safely and technically before moving on to the next skill level. Another thing very interesting about our pyramid with Limestone, our national championship for our acrobatics and tumbling came in 2022 at Oregon University in the NCAA National Championship in the open pyramid heat. They did what they like to call Sharknado. Such a fun group. I was able to travel to Oregon with them and to be there as we had our first national championship for our female sports was an amazing time.
The scores are coming in for Acro.
Limestone, 9.25. In the 7-element heat, Quinnipiac, 10.
A perfect 10 and the crowd goes wild.
Well, as we said, that last heat from Quinnipiac and Acro was definitely worthy of that 10.
Running total, Quinnipiac 65.05, Limestone 65.7.
Well, that has now made it a very close match. We knew this would happen. We knew that this would be the way that these scores would kind of come out. Quinnipiac came in with an 8.65 in Heat 1 of Acro, a 9.5 in Heat 2, and a 10.0 in that final heat. Limestone came in with a 9.45 in Heat 1, a 9.25 in Heat 2, and a 9.7 in Heat 3. We're moving into that pyramid category, starting off with Quinnipiac. Building these one-to-one structures is incredibly difficult, especially with just two bottom bases holding on. That requires so much leg strength, a ton of obviously upper body, but that is a tough one-to-one build. All right, Limestone will be up next to the floor. Their starting value is a 9.80. Coming out for this first heat of the pyramid, we've got Amanda Sheltner, Casey Kier, Alicia Lefwitz, Janai Brown, Avery Kepke, Kylan Hansen, Destiny McDonald, Abby Henderlight, Morgan Bramble, and Alex Long, as well as Emma Turizzo as the counter.
Next with a start value of 9.8, Limestone.
And just another example of how incredible of an athlete Casey Kier is, right there, number 9 in the center. She does a little bit of everything here for this team.
Like I said, all-around athlete.
Absolutely. Very good. Holding on to that 1, 2, 3.
Very similar structure, a little bit different dismount, but both teams did very well.
They did. Both teams came out on the floor and did what they needed to do. To me, I don't see a whole lot of deduction from both. Everybody hit the skills they needed to hit. Hit those 3 counts. That's absolutely required for this category to hit that 1, 2, 3 count to receive all of your points. So this is gonna be another close one. But again, we knew that coming into tonight that these are 2 of the top teams here in the country. And to see them both competing against each other here in the regular season, I mean, this is national championship level right here tonight.
Absolutely. Again, these are two teams that you could see going head-to-head at the NCAA National Championship, which will be held this year at Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Maybe the snow's gone that time of year in South Dakota.
You know, Anna Catherine, maybe we'll get invited. Maybe somebody's out there watching and saying, you know what, they are great.
We can be available for anybody who would like our color commentating skills. We are available for hire.
Exactly.
Boy, would we like to visit South Dakota. Never been. Would love to go. All right, for folks at home, the current score is 65.7 for Limestone and 65.050 for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac is coming out for the second heat of the pyramid. Their starting value is 10.
Solid start.
To me, this second heat is so difficult with the single base structure underneath from the bridge, moving into a one-to-one on top. I mean, that can be some of the most difficult things to truly being relying on somebody's entire body to be your standing base.
Oh, absolutely. Again, just the sheer athleticism and the strength of these young ladies is something special. I definitely think if there are any athletic directors and any universities out there thinking, what should I add next? Acrobatics and tumbling. Add this sport. Again, a growing NCAA emerging sport that offers amazing opportunities for student athletes who have backgrounds in gymnastics, competitive cheer. We've even had some athletes who have had experience in diving, track and field with pole vaulting. So there's a great array of athletic talents that are on display tonight.
Absolutely, and for those of you who don't know, acrobatics and tumbling is really becoming such a fast-growing sport here in the United States because it does encompass so many different skills and does allow for so many different types of athletes to participate. All right, Limestone moving into their heat of the pyramid with a start value of 10.
Solid entry.
A very good solid entry and great timing so far on Limestone. Very nice synchronization.
Again, I don't know how the judges scored these because they looked both incredible to me.
They did. They both had incredible synchronization, incredible flexibility, but most importantly, and I can't keep stressing this enough, the strength of these athletes in this pyramid build of having a bridge to a one-to-one structure underneath that, or on top of that, is just something that you're not going to see anywhere else except for this sport.
We have a few more home opportunities for you to come and view if you have not. But again, if you cannot attend, we always broadcast our home Acro meets on our YouTube channel. So go to our Saint Sports Network and you can catch all of the great home events.
All right, Quinnipiac coming out for their final heat in the pyramid category with a starting value of 10.
It's now time for Pyramid Heat 3, the open pyramid. Up first with a start value of 10, Quinnipiac.
A little bobble there on the move over.
But way to overcome, solid finish here.
A great job from Quinnipiac. Again, just that little bit of a bobble on the step over during the element shift. But a continued solid finish from Quinnipiac. Again, that can be so difficult to just have those little bobbles happening during your element. It can kind of mess your mindset up. They did not let that happen, which we were very grateful, and we got to see some really great athleticism after that. But a great finish for Quinnipiac in the pyramid heat.
And Quinnipiac, just a little bit of history, is one of the founding members of the NCATA. So again, their coach, Marianne Powers, such a veteran. So I know that when she is coaching her student athletes, she is coaching their mindset that bobbles happen, imperfections happen, but you've got to overcome and you've got to get through this.
Absolutely, and what a fun way to see one of the founding coaches in the founding member schools against one of the younger head coaches in one of the newer founding schools with Acro Tumbling. So a very, very cool display of coaching here tonight. As you can see, they're both incredibly talented, so both coaches are doing a phenomenal job with their programs.
Again, Casey Keir here is the mid-layer of this pyramid.
And so many of these girls here in this pyramid are, again, NCATA Athletes of the Week, Conference Carolina Athletes of the Week. So a lot of incredible strength and talent on display right now. A really great transition there to the press up.
Very solid.
Absolutely. And a great pop off. That was excellent from Limestone. No bobbles, just very, very strong, great transitions. I mean, I didn't see anything to take off there.
I agree with you. I thought it was very technically sound. That is, as a former coach, that is what you try to coach, and that is what you preach. Be technically sound.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we are headed into halftime with Limestone up 65-7 to Quinnipiac 65.050.
Learn more about acrobatics and tumbling, the fast-growing collegiate sport for women, by visiting the ncata.org. You'll find the 2025 meet schedule and results, information about NCATA members, and links to NCATA social media, as well as information about becoming a coach, student athlete, or official of this exciting sport. Visit the ncata.org today. That's THENCATA.org.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are finishing up at the halftime, and we are getting pyramid scores right now.
In the inversion heat, Quinnipiac 9.9. Limestone 9.4. In the synchronized heat, Quinnipiac 9.7. Limestone 9.85. In the open heat, Quinnipiac 9.5. Limestone 9.7.
All right, so those pyramid scores came in.
Quinnipiac 29.1. Limestone 28.95. Your running total, Quinnipiac 94.15. Limestone 94.65.
All right, those pyramid scores were as high as we were hoping they would be. Quinnipiac came in Heat 1 with a 9.9, Heat 2 a 9.7, and Heat 3 a 9.5, giving them a score running total of a 94.15. Limestone came in Heat 1 with a 9.4, Heat 2 with a 9.85, and Heat 3 with a 9.7, bringing their event total to a 94.65. So again, keeping that really tight score right there. And we are moving it into the toss heat event, which for me, I love a good toss.
Toss groups. These groups should look exactly alike and be in sync.
This right here is what you want to see, though. Two teams, head to head. The best team's going to come out.
The top when executing your skill. The top's body position and tight catches by the bases.
All right, and in this toss event, this is going to be an aerial event with a group of bases tossing one top up in the air. The top is going to complete a flipping and or twisting skill forward or backward, and 2 of those 3 heats are going to be solo tosses with 1 synchronized heat. Each heat can score up to a perfect 10 with a total combined score in this event of up to 30 points. So, coming into this toss heat, Quinnipiac has an event total of a 29.80. And Limestone is coming in with an event total of 28.70. So again, those tight scores are going to continue up.
The first heat of the toss event will be the 450 salto toss. Up first with a start value of 9.9, Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac's first toss has a start value of a 9.9.
They will be completing an Arabian Salto Tuck Open 540.
Very nice. And throwing from that prep level can be really difficult. You are truly relying on your bases with their leg strength because you're starting at that prep level, so you're not getting a step in and a kind of push up like you would in a cheerleading basket toss, but you are starting at that prep level and you are fully reliant on those bases and their leg strength and getting that top girl up high enough to be able to complete those skills.
It was also nice to see the actual full arm extension from the tossers. That's how you know that they were going to get the height that they needed for the flyer to be able, the top, to be able to complete this skill.
All right, Limestone is going to come into this first heat with a 9.9 starting value. And part of this first heat one, a toss group, we've got Kyla Gamaldo, Casey Kier, Anna Waring, Alex Long, Janai Brown, and Kendra Bryan as the counter.
Number 1, Kai, she's been also another amazing piece of this team, so she will complete a double full skill for us tonight.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, that double was very evident when it was up in the air, which is exactly what those judges want to see. They want to see that rotation happening on both ends of it. And to me, it was very clean. Wish it would have gone just a little bit higher, so she would have had a stronger come down out of that double. But at the same point, we did see that double skill come out, and that is one of the most important factors in this first toss.
We did. I think if the bases could have had a little bit quicker toss, then she would have got a little bit higher in that skill. But again, another very solid performance from a senior leader on this team. We have the next heat will be coming out. Quinnipiac will be coming up next.
All right, coming out in that heat 2 for Quinnipiac. This is going to be your synchronized toss with a starting value of 9.90. Here is Quinnipiac. The synchronized toss is really tough because timing is everything in the synchronized event. Well, another great toss from Quinnipiac. That synchronization on that double twist toss was great. I noticed it was a little slow on one side versus the other, but again, we saw that full skill occurring. But again, with it being a synchronized toss, they are looking for complete symmetry from both of your top girls. And I just noticed a little bit off on that double toss, but at the same point, we were seeing that skill shown. So again, another important factor in the synchronized toss.
Again, just a very difficult skill. Limestone will be coming out next, and they will be doing synchronized fulls for their skill.
And the starting value for Limestone is a 9.40, but again, it's all about that synchronization. So, it might not be necessarily as much of a higher skill from the difficulty standpoint. However, you go out there and you perform and you have that synchronization. Sometimes that does trump that difficulty if you can see that clean synchronization.
Technique wins.
Very nice.
Great synchronization.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. It's so important with the synchronization of these tosses that you are seeing those skills happening at both sides on the same time. That also lets the judges know that the timing is exactly where it needs to be, that the skill for both of those top girls is exactly where it needs to be, which does kind of help their job with that judging and deducting any points if they see anything.
No, absolutely. Again, just another great performance by our entire tops tonight. They have been solid. They have performed their skills. I look forward to the next heat.
Yep, we're heading into that final heat toss, that heat 3. Quinnipiac is going to be with a starting value of 10. Limestone coming in with their final heat of a start value of a 9.40.
So Limestone will complete the same skill, which is technically called a back salto layout 360, which again is a full twisting layout.
The final heat will be the open toss. with a start value of 10 is Quinnipiac.
This is a event that Quinnipiac does excel very well in. You know, looking back at their scores from their past meets, the toss is always something that they are scoring very high in. Great top girls with a lot of solid bases and spotters around, which makes a huge difference. And as you can see, that start value was for a good reason. Very, very difficult skill there in the final open toss from Quinnipiac. You know, kind of executed truly to perfection. Not very many deductions I can personally see.
Beautifully executed skill by number 20, Pat Coker, who is a former Limestone Saint. She was actually a member of our team who competed against Quinnipiac in the 2023 NCATA National Championship semifinal. She's a great athlete as well. We're so glad that she's found a home at Quinnipiac, and she is obviously excelling there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Limestone's going to come out to the floor next in their open toss with a starting value of a 9.40. Coming out onto the floor for this final heat is going to be Amanda Schneltner, Dusty McDonald, Abby Hunterlight, Avery Kefke, Alicia Lefowitz, and accounting tonight is Kaylee Waltz. This is a really good mix of seniors, juniors, sophomores. So again, bringing that experience is really key here for this toss. You want a lot of trust with your teammates.
Obviously a less difficult skill, but nonetheless still beautifully executed.
Absolutely. You saw every single twist of that rotation, which is so incredibly important for this toss event. You want to be able to see, judges want to be able to see every bit of those skills executed, not only to perfection, but with the degree of difficulty that they are coming in with. So while Limestone was a little bit less on the degree of difficulty, nonetheless, an excellent, excellent open toss for the Saints.
Officials will be looking for synchronization in the first 3 heats, as well as the continuity of skills and acceleration of the pass, proper body positions.
All right, we are going to be moving into our 5th event of the evening, the tumbling event. Tumbling is going to feature some powerful synchronized and individual tumbling passes. Athletes can compete in one synchronized pass and in one solo pass. Passes are going to feature a variety of salto and twisting elements and are valued for the difficulty of and the connection of those skills. 3 synchronized and 3 individual heats construct the tumbling event with 10 points each for a maximum of 60 points for the event. And Haley, this might be my favorite event that Limestone competes in. Some incredible tumbling that we are bringing out to the floor this year. The whip passes are amazing. I'm jaw dropped every time I watch them out there. So I am very, very excited to see what we bring out to the floor tonight.
No, absolutely, and kudos to even our former head coach, M.K. Soper, who is the head coach now at Duquesne University. But kudos to her for recruiting these incredibly talented tumblers years ago when we made it to the national championship for the first time. One of the things we sat back and we talked about was we really needed to increase our technical skills in tumbling. So she went out, she recruited them, and then again, props to Coach Sierra Bombard in her second year for maintaining the culture, the legacy, and keeping this program moving and heading to new heights and recruiting even more talented student athletes here to continue the legacy of Limestone, Acro, and Tumbling.
Absolutely, and to see somebody so young bringing and creating so much talent, recruiting so much talent. Sometimes recruiting can be the most difficult thing that you do as a head coach, because you are wanting to make sure that you're keeping up with those skills that you are setting forth with your teams each year. But more importantly, you want to make sure you're reloading every year. You don't want to have to rebuild, you want to reload. And Sierra has done a fantastic job with that. Obviously, as you guys know, you're going to have the pleasure of seeing Casey here tonight. You're going to see Morgan Bramble, Anna Waring, some of our best tumblers. Kyla Grimaldo, I mean, what a phenomenal tumbler she is.
Limestone 9.7.
All right, so our scores for the toss events are coming in. Quinnipiac took Heat 1 with a 9.9, Limestone with a 9.7.
9.55.
Quinnipiac in Heat 2 with a 9.55.
Limestone 8.9.
Limestone with an 8.9 in that second heat of toss.
In the open heat, Quinnipiac 9.75.
Quinnipiac in their open toss a 9.75.
8.85.
And Limestone with an 8.85.
Event total, Quinnipiac 29.2. Limestone 27.45. Running meet total, Quinnipiac 123.35. Limestone 122.1.
So Quinnipiac, with the conclusion of the toss event, has now taken the lead. But it's still a very tight and a very
within just a fraction of a point of each other. Quinnipiac coming in with a 123.35 and Limestone with a 122.1. So again, what we expected to see, so much tight scoring going on here between these two teams. All right, a great tumbling pass from Quinnipiac. A little bit of timing there towards the end of the pass. Synchronization did get off a little bit. Skills were still fantastic, but again, a huge part of this first duo event is going to be that synchronization.
And one thing I love about number 9 and number 1, Casey Keir and Kylie Giamotto, who's about to come up for our sync duo pass, they work together wonderfully. They have a great relationship on and off the mat, and I'm excited to see how they sync up. They had a little bit of trouble against Coker a couple of weeks ago, but since then they've been very solid in these skills.
Absolutely, and watching, with these whip passes, it does kind of make that synchronization really difficult. So if you can get those whip passes down, you're in a good spot. And these are two seniors who have really solidified themselves as leaders of this team. They are part of almost every single element that you were seeing out here tonight. So again, their leadership, but more importantly, the strength and the skill that these two specifically bring to this team is bar none. They are two of the best I've seen in this sport.
Absolutely, both young ladies have competed in individual event finals at the NCATA National Championships. So hopefully they'll advance this year as well.
Watching them tumble is something special. So folks, you are in for a treat. Their starting value is a 9.75.
Next, the start value of 9.75. Limestone, number 1, Kayla Gamaldo, and number 9, Casey Keir.
And that's what you want to see right there. That is what you want to see.
Incredible. Amazing execution, amazing tumbling, amazing synchronization. That's how you do a duo pass.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, those whips are the most important. You've got to get those whips down from your synchronization standpoint because it's going to help set your tone. You kind of hear where your partner is when those whip passes are happening. It's no hands on the floor, so you've really got to rely on listening to their body and the sound that that movement is making to know that you are staying synchronized with your tumbling partner. An excellent, excellent job by Kyla and Casey. I mean, I didn't see a whole lot you could deduct from that, but again, that's why I'm up here, not down there.
I agree. The judges have a very difficult job, and I am glad I am not one of them tonight.
Oh, you and me both. You and me both. I love to watch it, but don't ask me to judge it. I think everybody's great. All right, next up in the trio tumbling heat, Quinnipiac is coming out with a 9.55 starting value. big shout out to whoever makes the playlist in here. The playlist, everybody is feeling it from both teams, all the fans. It's a good time in here. It's quite a Wednesday here in Timken. Quite a Wednesday here in Timken. And man, we've had a busy day on campus here today.
Let's talk about the busy day that this athletic department has had. We started at 4 p.m. with our women's lacrosse team who faced conference rival Tusculum. Then we had our baseball team had a home game against visiting USC Aiken, and our incredible softball program had a double header today. So we have had a busy
We have, and we're capping it off with the best of the best here in the Acro Tumbling meet. So man, what a busy day here in Gaffney, here at Limestone. Our athletes really stepped up and showed out today. So again, unfortunately, that timing was a little off towards the end. The Arabian, that's where that timing kind of started to fall off during the Arabian into their next part of the pass. But again, incredible skill. Very difficult passes that they were just putting out in that trio heat. Just a little bit of that synchronization off there at the end.
And an Arabian, again, is one of those skills that is sometimes often difficult to time up with a partner.
Absolutely.
So for that to be a trio, again, incredibly difficult skills. They executed them beautifully, but just some timing that we saw.
All right, Limestone was going to be up next. Their trio event is a starting value of an 8.75. So again, a little bit less of a starting value from a difficulty standpoint, but nonetheless, we are really looking to see that execution of the synchronization and the skills that we just saw from our duo pass. So if these girls can come out and hit a nice synchronized pass, I think they're going to be in a good place.
I agree, and I just love, as a former coach, watching our assistant coach just there giving some words of advice to number 10. So
Oh yeah, we love some mat talk from coaches.
We do, right?
And number 42, Kylan Hansen.
All right, and up on this tumbling trio is Jay Gerard, Avery Kepke, and Kylan Hansen. This is a freshman, senior, sophomore trio. And absolutely fantastic timing. Man, it's like they're listening to us from up here. That was exactly what you were looking for from a synchronized trio pass. Again, skill level was a little bit different, a little bit less on that skill level, but again, you want to see that synchronization. That is so key for these elements. A lot of what these judges are looking for is that synchronization. Yes, the difficulty is important, but if you can't hit that synchronization, the difficulty sometimes really does not matter.
Well, and again, kudos to our young head coach, Sierra. She and I have had talks about, we have several athletes that can, of course, compete and complete the more difficult skills. But I think that shows some strategy from Sierra saying that, yes, I know that you can do this, but I know if we take it down a level, that you're going to complete this with the synchronization, the timing, the execution. So good strategizing from our coaching staff there.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to move into the quad pass coming up. This does include 4 tumbling synchronizational skills.
First, the start value of 9.5.
Quinnipiac is coming in with a 9.25 starting value.
Number 20, Catherine Coker.
And again, going back to the synchronization, the more people you're adding each time, the more difficult that synchronization gets and how important that timing it becomes, because you've got 4 girls now out on the mat, and you've really got to make sure that every last part of this is as synchronized as possible. A little bit of timing, I wouldn't say was too bad. Just a couple of different things. Again, when you've got 4 people out on the mat, it's really hard to achieve that perfection on the timing. Great passing skills though, nice tumbling, very strong tumbling. But again, just a little bit of that synchronization was off.
I think in that final skill, they brought it back in that final skill that they completed.
Absolutely, that final back handspring really brought it back. All right, Limestone coming in with their quad pass at a starting value of 8. You're going to see Morgan Bramble, Anna Waring, Alex Long, and Amanda Schneltner. And that is a stacked, qualified group of girls. We've got 3 seniors, 1 junior. You're seeing a lot of leadership out here. Girls who have been on this team for quite some time. They've got great chemistry together, and everything is, I think, coming together for them at the right time right now.
No, absolutely. And I have gotten to know this group of seniors. Again, traveled with them as their sport administrator in 2022 out to Oregon, and have again just enjoyed being able to know them. They're amazing students, they're amazing athletes, but even better people.
Absolutely. Well, that's what you want to see from a synchronization standpoint. Again, that difficulty was not as high of a start value as Quinnipiac, but as we cannot stress this enough as former coaches ourselves, man, do you love to see some synchronization on your tumbling passes.
Absolutely, synchronization, and then again, I feel like they executed the skills very technically. It looked great to me.
Yeah, trying to get 4 folds going all at one time is not an easy feat. So kudos to Sierra and her assistant coaches because, again, the minute you kind of pull into that quad section, it gets very difficult to get 4 girls all on the same page at the same time. So to throw 4 skills, including a full there at the end, which looked very, very synchronized to me from being up here, I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about it. Nice job, ladies.
Up next will be one of my favorite passes. Sorry, I was jumping ahead, guys. But coming up is one of my favorite passes that will be completed by number 9, Casey Keir.
Individual tumbling passes. First will be the aerial pass, and up first the start value of 10. Quinnipiac, number 5, Catherine Carter.
So we are moving into the individual passes. A very nice pass from number 5, Catherine Carter.
Very nice.
A lot of difficulty. Executed it very, very well. Very strong tumbling and very pretty tumbling. You know, I'd love to see nice, clean, pretty tumbling, and that's exactly what she just brought to the mat.
Great technique. You had your legs together, arms where they needed to be. It was just, again,
strong
very
whips.
technically sound.
Absolutely, absolutely. A great start for their individual tumbling passes. And next up for Limestone with a starting value of a 10. It is our girl number 9, Casey Keir, our senior. And boy, do I love watching this pass. This girl is every single week. I'm like, 10 her, 10 her, 10 her. I mean, man, she just brings so much to the mat, but her strength in this tumbling pass is it's kind of unbelievable to me.
You know, her first meet, she had a 9.95, so almost there with that perfect 10. Would love to see that tonight. I believe she can do it. I know she's been waiting for it. She's been wanting it.
I feel good. I feel like tonight's the night. And that's exactly why we love to watch her go. Casey's tumbling is absolutely, bar none, some of the best tumbling that I've seen. I've had the opportunity to coach at the high school level and at the collegiate level, and Haley, I know you have as well. And Casey's tumbling, I would have prayed for that on my teams.
Right, but you and I both know this. To be able to perform the skills that these athletes are performing on dead mat, and what dead mat means is, unlike a gymnastics floor, there is no spring under this floor. So they are performing these skills on a dead, just foam carpeted mat. And
with a hardwood floor underneath, might we also add.
Absolutely incredible. Casey's Arabian and the height that she had, the set that she
She makes it look so effortless.
Such amazing.
So effortless, so effortless. I always say we are so lucky to be in the presence when Casey is tumbling.
The queen.
The queen bee of our tumbling team.
The fifth heat of the tumbling event is the 6-element pass.
All right, we are moving into the 6-element pass.
Quinnipiac with number 52.
Quinnipiac is with a starting value of a 10. And first we've got number 52 from Quinnipiac. That whip to Arabian is such a difficult pass to take. That step out at the end was a little bit, I know she wasn't quite ready for it. She had a lot of power, so I know that step out she was probably a little bit bummed about, but that whip to an Arabian is such a difficult thing to achieve. Your body's going one way and then going another almost immediately, so kudos to her and her coaches, because that is a hard skill to learn, but then not only learn, but to perfect and to continue making that your 6-element pass.
Well, absolutely, and then too, just the sheer mental, you know. I just cannot imagine how difficult it is to be one of these individual athletes performing this pass in a meet that is so close, and you have such a packed house and both teams on each sideline. You have to have a strong mental ability to be able to perform those skills and perform as well. And again, just I love acrobatics and tumbling. I love everything about acrobatics and tumbling. I actually serve on the NCATA oversight committee and just love this sport and everything that it stands for.
All right, for the 6-element pass from Limestone, we've got Avery Kepke, a senior with a starting value of a 9.55. Very nice, Avery.
Oh, just a little
step out of bounds there at the end. Huge bummer, obviously. Such a great pass. But again, her skills were fantastic. Hate that she had that little step out at the end, but
such a great, that first full skill was just, the set and the height was impeccable. Hate that, but that shouldn't be too much of a deduction out of bounds.
yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna move into that final pass, the open pass. Quinnipiac has a starting value of 10 for this pass.
Final heat of tumbling will be the open pass. Up first with start value of 10, Quinnipiac with number 22, Tiffany Smith.
I actually got to see Tiffany Smith compete this pass in their most recent competition. She is a strong competitor, great tumbling, very solid, very clean tumbling. Like I said, I got to watch her in their most recent competition, and I watched it and I said, man, that's some sharp tumbling.
Yeah, again, just another technically sound tumbling.
All right, to round out Limestone in the open tumbling pass, we've got Kyla Gamaldo, and man, she's also going to be coming in for that perfect 10. She gets so close every week. Her whips are so fast. She's got such strong tumbling, but also such, I like to call it like cut tumbling. Like she is like whip, whip, whip.
She has great speed in her tumbling.
She does, she does.
Just again, another great overall athlete that we've been fortunate to have on this program.
Absolutely. Man, if I'm getting ready to tumble, this is a song I want to listen to before I'm going
I mean,
out.
let's talk, right? Like,
Let me
how
get
can-
dreams
how
and
can you- How can
nightmares.
you not get hype right now?
Let me get dreams and nightmares before I tumble. I might be able to hit my back handstring again.
Next for the start value of 10, Limestone with number 1, Kayla D'Amato.
Oh, the crowd is waiting over here with bated breath on Kayla's pass. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, exactly what we were looking for. Like I said, those 3 whips that she's putting in that pass are so strong each and every time, which is really leading for her to finish out that pass really, really well.
Let's introduce the final event of the meet. The team event, which encompasses everything you just watched, the first 5 events. The team event features up to 24 athletes on the floor at one time, performing skills in acro, toss, pyramid, and tumbling in a routine set to music. Each routine contains required skills and optional skills. The start value is based on the difficulty.
Now this is probably our favorite portion of the night.
No, absolutely. This is, again, the portion that most resembles what we came from.
Exactly.
Cheer, where you have a 2-minute and 30-second routine event, as you will call it, that encompasses every element and every skill that, again, that we've seen tonight.
Absolutely. This team element is going to perform synchronized choreographed skills in a routine that is set to music. Each team can compete up to 24 athletes. Routines are composed to showcase all skill sets that have been competed in the previous 5 events. This event does carry a maximum of 110 points. So again, you really want to make sure that you are hitting every single skill as best as you possibly can. This does carry a ton of weight for your final score. Quinnipiac's team event is coming in with a 105.31 starting value, and Limestone coming in with a 100.90 start value. So, you know, a little bit of things that are going to differentiate. The Quinnipiac Acro section is coming in at a 9.21. Limestone's coming in at an 18.95. Both of their skills are coming in with a start value of 20 for their pyramid. The toss for Quinnipiac coming in at a 19.24. The toss for Limestone coming in at an 18.52. Running tumbling for Quinnipiac is going to have a start value of 18.19. Limestone's is going to have a 16.74. The standing tumbling for Quinnipiac is going to be an 18.67. Limestone a starting value of 16.70. And then to finish it out, they both have a starting value of 10 for their dance and ending. So I think we're going to be in for a nice show right here. This is my favorite part. I love it. For me, it's like being back in a cheerleading arena, and I love to see the skills that they do, the amount of strength that they have during their acro portions, the strength that they have during their pyramid portions, with it being such a fast-paced environment, with all this heavy music playing, you see these strength and these moments of just grace that are happening right there in the middle of the team event.
Yeah, no, again, absolutely love the team event. Love that it's the culminating event of this meet that we've had today. I'm just sitting here and thinking I have watched a lot of acro and tumbling over the years, and this is quite possibly one of the most exciting and solid performances that Limestone Acro and Tumbling has had. I saw this energy from our team a couple of years back when we hosted Gannon. I think Gannon at that point was maybe the number 2, number 4 team in the country at that time as well. And just to see our athletes rise to the challenge is just amazing to see.
8.35. Limestone 9.25. In the trio heat, Quinnipiac 8.05. Limestone 7.7. In the quad heat, Quinnipiac 7.65. Limestone 7.1. In the aerial heat, Quinnipiac 9.525. Limestone 9.725.
Another high score for Casey Kier.
Quinnipiac open heat, Quinnipiac 9.55, Limestone 9.75.
All right, man, they are bringing that real close.
Event total, Quinnipiac 52.475, Limestone 52.4.
Wow.
Your running total, Quinnipiac 175.825, Limestone 174.5.
Again, we are going into this team event with a very, very
Less than
tight
1 point
score.
separating these two. And man, you know, that tumbling heat was as
Final event.
about what we thought it might look like. You know, no perfect 10s, unfortunately, for anybody. But Limestone did have a wonderful showing, really bumping up some of those tumbling scores.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think our two seniors, number 1 and number 9, came through, and they both won those individual heats. So I am proud of those young ladies for stepping up and hold the rope.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, first up in the team event is going to be Quinnipiac. Again, their starting value for this event is a 105.31. Nice tumbling to open up. They are going to go right into some tosses. 3 full tosses.
Great
Very nice. Very
execution
good
from the top.
synchronization. Great clean skills. Moving into some running tumbling passes. Both
Little bit of a
individual
step
and
out
duo
there.
synchronized. A little bit of timing on a couple of these duo passes. All in all, the skill is very strong. And coming into the pyramids, we're going to have 2 synchronized and 1 open.
Solid execution on the pyramid skills.
Very strong pyramid sequence from Quinnipiac. Moving into some additional running, tumbling solo passes.
Great pass by number 20, Pat Coker.
A little bit of timing on that final duo pass.
I love seeing Coach Powers. You can tell that she's pleased with what she's seeing, the energy. She's loving the execution from her team.
Absolutely. And man, is she fun to watch as a coach, but during this team event, she might be even more fun than I've seen throughout this whole meet. And for good reason, her team is doing a great job. A little bit of a bobble right there with one of our center stunts. Great
Beautiful
flexibility over here on this acro section to our left.
Great standing full, standing tumbling skills.
Great standing tumbling skills. Very nice.
Beautiful
Tosses.
height, great execution on the tosses.
We've got another pyramid, another open pyramid here in the center. A great team event for the Bobcats. A lot going on. There were definitely some times where there was a lot of synchronization, errors that we kind of saw from those tumbling passes. But all in all, that was a fantastic team event from Quinnipiac.
Listen, great energy. Talk about, too, coming from a cheer background. All you have to do is your 2 minutes, 30-second routine. These young ladies have just competed a very difficult, skill-packed for the first, events. And so again, just the true athleticism that is on display from an acrobatics and tumbling student athlete is just second to none.
It is absolutely incredible. And again, you kind of brought up such a great point. These athletes are doing multiple events throughout this entire meet. We've been going for about 2 hours, and then to finish out with what is probably the most difficult element of them all, where you are all physically involved in that last team event. So that can be some of the most tiring. Your body's already ready to give out. You're already exhausted, and you're having to just really fight through and push through. So kudos to both teams because they have both had, as you can see, an incredible meet. Some of the high scores we've seen all season long from both programs. And so to come into that team event and to really just kind of dig down deep and finding what you got left, it can be hard, especially on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, and two, again, both teams coming off of extensive travel. So again, just shout out to these athletes and these coaches for preparing the athletes tonight and having everybody ready. And then, shout out to my sports information department and my game day ops department for the busy day that we have had and making sure that we have set up every single game, the meet here tonight, and are pulling off everything. I'm just very excited that they have allowed us to live out kind of a childhood dream, like ESPN. If you need somebody for March Madness, like, give your girls a call.
I know ball. I do know ball, so call me. All right, Limestone is coming out for this final team event. Their starting value is a 100.90. Again, we are looking for synchronization. We are looking for strength. We are looking for hitting every single skill. You check all those boxes, you're going to go home with the score that is closest to your starting value. So we are really excited to watch this team event. Every week it's gotten a little bit better every single week. A couple weeks ago they had an outstanding team event score. So really excited to see what Limestone brings out to the mat today.
Again, I think that the team has really risen to the challenge. You can tell that they are one of the best teams in the country. You had the number 2 team come to your home where you are undefeated and are, just performing and executing amazing skills. And the fact that they are rising to the challenge and they have not let this intimidate them, and they're actually, again, performing one of the, I feel like executing one of the most solid meets that we have had to this date is something awesome as the athletic director to witness.
Absolutely, I could not agree more. And again, to hold that number 2 team in the nation to within a point, that can be tough for anybody, no matter what sport you're doing. But to have this sport in which their bodies are literally being put to the test in every single event that they're doing, and they are keeping up, keeping up with the Joneses. They're staying right there with the number 2 team in the country.
And again, you mentioned it, they're one of the founding acrobatics and tumbling programs. And we are a very young acrobatics and tumbling program, but we have made a name for ourselves. Limestone, Acro, and Tumbling's not going anywhere.
Absolutely not. All right, let's see what these girls can bring to the floor tonight in the team event. A nice start there. Very nice sink tumbling and a great solo pass. A little bit of top in our back left corner. Front pass looked great. An amazing standing tumbling section from Kyla.
Going into the pyramid section.
And moving into this acro section. Great strength.
Oh, we had one
little come down
early.
Little come down early on the left there.
But that's okay. We still executed. It was just a quick early
Absolutely,
dismount.
absolutely. Nice.
Beautiful duos. Nice timing.
these partner stunt sections. This can be very difficult when you are out on the mat because you are totally reliant on making sure those people around you are staying synchronized, but not everybody's doing the same thing. So that can be very difficult to keep up with, and they just did that very seamlessly.
I thought that was one of our best sections to this point.
A very nice solo pass up front with a standing tumbling element. Beautiful basket with great synchronization.
A little shaky on the back, but they pulled it out. They completed it. Good fight.
Great timing up front. Very nice, very nice. They're finishing strong. Coming into another toss here. Very nice. Great timing on those tosses.
Yes, great layouts, good technique. A little step out there, but again, nonetheless, what a great performance by Limestone, Acro, and Tumbling.
Very nice job from Limestone. I love the energy that they keep up throughout that whole routine. They have so many tumbling passes, so many standing tumbling sections. They're moving in into the pyramid. They're moving in into the acro sections. And then they're finishing with that really exciting, really fun dance. I just want to join in whenever I see it.
No, absolutely. And you can tell that the coaches and Coach Bombard is pleased with what she saw. Again, just love the energy, the excitement from our team. No matter what happens, there's the saying goes, they left it out on the mat tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a couple of timing errors here and there, a couple of different instability issues that we saw. Across the board, though, there was a lot of really, really great things that were happening during Limestone's team routine. Kind of going back into that pyramid section, a lot of strength. Unfortunately, one of those did come down a little early, but those skills were still hit. So, you know, a little bit of a deduction will happen there, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's important that you're hitting those skills. Stinks you came down a little early, but it is what it is.
Well, again, too, I think another testament to the athletes in that pyramid. They did have an early dismount, but they finished strong. They went to the next play, next move, next skill. They did not let that get in their heads. They finished strong. And again, I think the judges are going to have a difficult decision.
It's going to be tough
tonight. It is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, kudos to those two other pyramids that were up at that same time, because that can be hard when you hear that first one go down and you think, oh no, is my timing wrong? And you know, that can kind of mess with your head mentally, and so you've just got to go with what you know and kind of block out all the rest of the noise. And they did a great job maintaining their synchronization for those final two ones.
Absolutely. And then too, you know, catching up with Coach Sierra at the beginning of the match. She informed me that she actually had to change her start value to her SV file earlier today due to some illness within the team. And so again, that's just, it's one of those strategizing and figuring out who you can put in and what skills that you can actually execute with only, you know, not even a day to practice.
Absolutely, and that can be some of the hardest things about traveling. You know, both of these teams have been out on the road, like we talked about. So, you know, keeping up with your athletes' health and wellness can be so difficult when you're out on the road and you're in hotels and you're around different people and you're in a different environment. That can be so hard to keep your athletes healthy. And so, you know, kudos to her to be able to switch that routine and change it all with less than 24 hours to go. And I'm sure that Quinnipiac is probably experiencing similar things with their travel schedule that they just had.
And March is National Athletic Trainer Appreciation Month. So I do want to give a shout out because you just made a great valid point that how hard it is to keep your athletes healthy, especially in week 7, week 8 of your season. We have some amazing athletic trainers here at Limestone University within our athletic department, led by Associate Athletic Director for Sports Health, Josh Nelson. He has a great crew under him. The Acro and Tumbling athletic trainer is Emily. She's done an amazing job with this program, keeping them together, keeping them healthy, keeping them able to perform these very difficult skills at the level that they can perform them. So I would just like to say, as the athletic director, I am so incredibly thankful for our athletic trainers, as I know that our student athletes and coaches are as well.
Absolutely, and I had the pleasure of working with Emily. We both worked at a previous institution together. So to get to see her just kind of thriving in her role here as an athletic trainer here at Limestone, and getting to see the bond and the relationships that she's making with her athletes here. I got to see it when we were at a previous institution together, and to see her thriving in this role here is so much fun to see. She was a kind of just starting her first career in athletic training when we were working together, and we had the pleasure of getting to work alongside her during our football season when I was coaching cheerleading, and she's awesome. I mean, she's so good at what she does, and she's so young to be so knowledgeable, and to understand the injuries and the different things that their bodies are going through is just incredible. You guys, we got a good one here at Limestone. Emily's fantastic. Happy Athletic Trainer Appreciation Month to all the athletic trainers out there.
Absolutely, and if you are a recruit out there who is interested in learning about Limestone University, especially our athletic department, reach out. Go to www.golimestonesaints.com. We have a recruit questionnaire that you can complete, and on that recruit questionnaire, it will link you up with the coach of the sport of your choice. So Acro and Tumbling, if you are watching tonight and you are liking what you see, and you see exactly how much we support our Acro and Tumbling program and how much we try to uplift these young ladies and the efforts that are made to make this a great event and a great game day atmosphere for them, we would love to have you at Limestone University. A lot of exciting things happening here at our university right now.
There are so many exciting things happening, including, and I can't forget it, we've got Saintsgiving coming up this Wednesday, March the 19th. We are going to be having our annual Day of Giving here at Limestone. It is going to be such an awesome day, but more importantly, it is a day that you all of our fans, all of our friends, all of our alumni, if you love Limestone, that is your day to give back here in the athletic department. We will be fundraising directly for our championship focus athletic capital campaign. More importantly, to get this court here in Timken in much better shape. That's such a big phase of one of our phase one of our projects is to renovate and make Timken Court as good as it can be for all of our court sports, Acro tumbling included. So we are so excited. So again, that is this Wednesday, a week from today, March the 19th, Saintsgiving. You can go to www.limestone.edu to learn more about Saintsgiving and to find our new giving portal that we just launched today, which I'm very excited about. It's an easy to use, you can keep up with it, you can see the real-time donors. So we're really moving up here at Limestone, and we're excited. We think that it's going to be probably one of our best day of giving that we've ever had here.
No, so very excited. Our institutional advancement staff has really taken the lead with this championship focus campaign, and I know that we are going to reach that $1.5 million goal very soon so that we can give our student athletes, like I said in the video, the facilities and the experience that they critically need and deserve.
And I got to give a shout out to our Director of Annual Giving, Antoine Gleaton. He has just come in, revamped how we do our Day of Giving. He has done an incredible job. If you want to learn more, go to his Instagram page at Limestone Annual Giving. That is at Limestone Annual Giving, and you can learn more about Saintsgiving, our annual Day of Giving, next Wednesday, March 19th. You can also learn more about the different organizations that will be fundraising for that day. We've got our College of Business, our College of Health and Human Sciences. We've got our College of Humanities and Computing, and our College of Education. As well as our athletic department and many other areas on campus. So you can go to that Instagram page at Limestone Annual Giving to learn more about our Day of Giving and what we're going to be doing next week. So we're really excited. We're hoping in our athletic department, our goal is to get 1,845 donors for our championship athletic campaign. We would love to kind of have an homage to our founding year here at Limestone being 1845. This is the 180-year anniversary of Limestone being an institution. So what better way to start off that birthday party than to have 1,845 donors?
And listen, Anna Catherine, I feel like I have been here for all of those 180 years. But I have loved every part of my experience at Limestone College, now Limestone University. And hey, let's give a shout out to our new president, Dr. Nathan
Absolutely.
Copeland.
The man with the plan.
Right, we had his official inauguration in November, was supposed to be September, but we had a little hurricane come through. But, you know, just have really enjoyed working with Dr. Copeland, welcoming both he and his family to our community, our Limestone family. Huge supporter of our students, our athletic department, and every aspect of this institution. I look for us to flourish under his leadership. Again, just like I said, just can't say more about all of the great things that are currently happening for our university right now. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Here this evening. The final score for the team event as follows. Quinnipiac, 91.76. For Limestone, 85.56.
All right, Quinnipiac will come out on top tonight, but a valiant effort.
7.585. Limestone, 260.06. Congratulations to the winner of tonight's meet, Quinnipiac.
All right, congratulations to the number team in the country, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, for their victory tonight. Final score was a 267.585, with Limestone coming in with a 260.060. Another great score for the Limestone University Saints. Very proud of these ladies. They did an amazing job, heads held high. They showed that they are contenders, they can hang, and that they are one of the top acrobatics and tumbling teams in the country.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out with us tonight. We hope to see you again for our next home meet. Again, go to www.golimestonesaints.com to check out the full acro tumbling schedule, as well as all of our other NCAA sports. It's been a great night here in Gaffney. We're signing off over here from Anna Catherine English and Haley Martin. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Saints.